Hello, this is Naran.
And this is Adam.
And welcome to Clam Chatter on WYBC The X at Yale University.
We're thrilled to have today Jimmy Fallon, the host of Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy, welcome.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Of course. So we wanted to ask, we know you grew up as a huge SNL fan, watching it as a kid and in college. And so you already got to live your SNL dream. What was your sort of inspiration for doing a late night gig? Were you a Carson fan like all the others?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely just grew up. I never thought I would ever host a talk show. I just, grew up watching and enjoying like Letterman and Johnny Carson. That was my two talk shows that I used to watch, and just grew up with it. But it kind of weirdly just kind of fell into my lap. I mean, I was leaving SNL, and Conan had just signed this like unprecedented like 5-year deal to take over for Leno.
Yeah.
And it was like a weird thing. So Lauren said to me, he's like, well, in 5 years, we'll be looking for a replacement, so I think you'd be a good talk show host. I don't know what you think about that. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, Tina Fey was in the room, and I was like, I mean, I don't know. Who knows where they're going to be in 5 years, you know?
Right. Just act cool.
Yeah, so it turned out 5 years went by, and he called me up and said, still my first choice. What do you think? I'm like, I got to give it a shot.
Right, yeah. And how do you want viewers to think of your show differently? Like, what do you think you bring to the format that the other hosts don't?
I think we work so much harder.
I love that.
But yeah, I mean, we do a lot of pre-tape stuff. We do a lot of like like tonight we're premiering a spoof of Lost.
Oh, fantastic! It's
called
pretty ripe for spoofing.
I think this is the last year, so if you're going to spoof it, now's the time to do it, I think. But it's like it's an elevator that crashes on an abandoned floor.
Love it.
And so but it's like, and we're very, I don't know, it's like. I think we're getting our fans now, which is kind of fun. Like, we've been on almost a year now, so it's cool to see kids in the audience that wearing Late Night with Jimmy Fallon T-shirts, or they know the bits, or and it's like I think it's such an open fan base to like what music like people are playing. Like, so it's not just indie rock, it's not hip hop, it's not country, it's a mix of everything, and it's so cool to see how open everyone is. And it's like a new generation of what late night should be, of what talk shows should be.
Definitely. We just interviewed Questlove from The Roots, and he was so excited to be on the show, and it sounds like that's going really well.
Oh man, I like that, and that's it's a gift from God. First
for
of all,
real.
to have The Roots, yeah. But he's like you never know what the chemistry is going to be like between two strangers. It's like getting a roommate in college.
Yeah.
You get a roommate, you go, I don't know if I'm going to like this person. And then a year goes by, and you start to get to know them, and then you hope that you become friends, but a lot of the times you don't. And it just turns out me and Questlove just hit it off, and we have good chemistry. And he's a music nerd,
yeah.
And so am I. I mean, those guys just love music. They're audiophiles. It's just great. It's just, honestly, couldn't have been a better combo.
On the note of strangers, I'm curious to know, how do you prepare for an interview with someone that you've never heard of?
Oh yeah. Well, let's see. We have segment producers.
Sure.
And what their job is to do is research the people, like go on the internet and just find out everything you can about these people, and then they have a conversation for like a half an hour.
Yeah. With
the person, and they just talk to them, ask them questions, try to spark stories, and then they come in to me. We have a meeting. Like today, I'll have a meeting, and they come in around 2 o'clock.
Okay.
At 2 o'clock, they come in my office, and they go, all right, today we have Benicio del Toro, and he's got a story about how he was a wolf man once, and then, and early in the week, they'll ask me, like, what do you know about Benicio del Toro? And I'll say, I know that he was in a James Bond movie.
Sure.
And he played, like, some Colombian drug lord or something. And they're like, all right, I'll ask him about that, And so then we weed out whatever we think the best stories are, and then we just wing it and see what happens when they're talking to me.
Great.
Nice. Can I ask maybe like an awkward NBC family question?
Sure.
Has Carson Daly ever talked to you about the impersonation you used to do of him on SNL?
Yeah. In fact, not only that, but even more awkward, he worked on my floor with me.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, so I would do a bit where I made fun of him, and Carson would be on the elevator like, are you doing me again? And I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry, I have to do it. He's like, oh God, when is this going to end?
I love that.
Yeah, he was actually a good sport about the whole thing, and since then we've become friends.
Oh,
Nice.
fantastic.
Well, did any people you impersonated ever actually get back to you with bad feelings about it?
I mean, I haven't. Usually they don't call. No one's ever called and yelled at me.
Okay.
But I mean, for majority, most of my impressions are pretty nice.
Right. Well,
You
we
know.
saw the Robert Pattinson sketch on your show last night, I think, and we're
Yeah.
wondering what it's going to be like when he comes on March 1st, right?
I don't think he likes it, which makes it perfect, which makes it awesome. I love that he could be bothered by it. So, but I think it's gotten back to me that he's seen it and thinks it's funny, but he doesn't want anything to do with it.
Shameful.
He's like, whatever. I'm both about it.
That's my dream, is really to have someone impersonate me. And I mean, this is kind of big time college radio, and we're just waiting around for someone to do their little spoof of Adam and Iran on Clam Chatter. Not anytime soon.
Let people know right now. You can just upload a video of people imitating you guys. Have a contest
True.
so you can imitate you guys the best.
I'm loving that.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I watch Bravo basically all day long on mute. Although sometimes they unmute it. We're both law students, so supposedly we're studying, but not really. And there's what's it called?
Like a promo?
There's a promo for Watch What Happens with Andy Cohen that's basically on every single commercial break, and it's you singing "Tardy for the Party" and kind of falsetto, like literally every 6 minutes.
Oh my God.
And it's really great. I mean, I love Tardy for the Party, but you singing it is just pretty golden every day.
I'm so happy you have it on mute.
Well, I unmute it. I'm trying to fool myself into pretending like I'm studying.
Yeah,
And I'm
of
totally
course.
not.
Tardy for the Party. That was one of my favorite things I've ever seen on Real Housewives. just the fact that anyone thinks that they can sing.
Yeah.
And she's awful. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but she's awful. But then she auto-tunes her voice, and it sounds halfway decent.
Yeah, it's special.
And they produced that song, and they're like, hey, this is kind of passing as a good song.
I love the song.
How did you do that? Oh, it's a fantastic
I'm not
song.
even embarrassed to say it. I think it's fantastic.
I have a
It
dance
is
party every morning.
Fantastic song.
Yeah.
But I mean, who's the producer again? What's your name? Is it
Candy. It's Candy.
Candy.
Yeah.
That's the talent right
From
there.
Escape.
Candy.
Yeah.
True.
No,
Candy
and she was
made
so
that
good.
song. She made that song a hit. It was like, I love Don't Be Tardy for the Party. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes.
I really want you
way.
to do
Don't be tardy for the party. I don't know.
No, that's
I'm worse
it's
than she
beautiful.
is.
I love that we got that.
That brought me to tears. Which is your favorite? If you watch Real Housewives, what's your favorite franchise?
Let's see. I'd say it's New York or Atlanta.
It's a tough call. It really
Yeah,
is.
they're both great. New York, I like Jill Zarin. I like that dynamic. So
Yeah.
let's see what the season's gonna be like, and then I'll have an answer for you.
Right? No, the next season's coming up, so we're excited about that.
I know, me too. I know.
So Jimmy, it looks like our time is up. Appreciate it.
Cool, guys. Have a good
Great.
weekend.
Thanks.
You
Take
too.
care. Happy Valentine's
Bye-bye.
Day. Bye.
Yeah, thanks.